hear me, in God's economy, there is no room for individualism. This attitude that you pulled yourself up by your own bootstraps. Look at somebody and say, there's no such thing. Yes, we need everybody working. Yes, we need everyone pushing, but there is no such thing as a self-made man. No. That is contradictory to this idea of seed. What do you mean, Pastor Will? We all came through this concept of seed. Somebody had to carry you. Somebody had to feed you. Somebody had to nurture you. Somebody had to clothe you. And many of you received love and attention along the way. In other words, someone sowed a seed. And now we are looking at the harvest of that seed. Tell somebody and tell them, and the harvest looks pretty good. The harvest looks pretty good. Come on, look at your neighbor and say, you look pretty good. You look pretty good. In other words, you came through the concept of a seed. Am I making sense? You came through the concept of a seed. Before the word living is mentioned, we have seed. Before man is mentioned, we have what? Seed. Before animals are mentioned, we have what? Seed. So life comes through this idea of what? Seed. Seed is of great consequence here, and I want to suggest that we assume a lifestyle of giving. Yeah. We assume a lifestyle. I want to encourage everyone listening to me in this beautiful audience, as well as those who are in YouTube land and across the world who have tuned in to this. I want you to participate this week in a lifestyle of giving. Let everybody say a lifestyle of giving. What do you mean, Pastor Will? Well, I want to encourage you in this activity of sowing seed. Let everybody say sowing seed. Sowing seed. Sowing seed. Sowing seed. I want you to understand the importance of sowing seed. And so in this lesson on this morning, I want to share with you the 2 P's of the seed. All right. Yeah. That's the guts of my message this morning. The 2 P's of the seed. Tell somebody and tell them he wants to give you the 2 P's of the seed. The first is purpose, and the second is provisions. The first is purpose, and the second is provision. Now stay with me. Often we can see the purpose of a thing in its definition. You get a clue of a thing's purpose through its definition. The Hebrew word for seed is zerah. Let everybody say zerah. The transliteration is Z-E-R-A. Zerah. That's the Hebrew word for seed. And it has several meanings. Get this. Sowing, seed time, harvest, offspring, descendants, semen, and posterity. The Greek word is sperma. The Greek word for seed is sperma. It's where we get our English word sperm. The primary purpose of the seed is reproduction. Let everybody repeat after me. The primary purpose of the seed is reproduction. If you don't get anything from my message this morning, I need you to understand that the main purpose of the seed is... I got a few slow students this morning. Some of them are sleeping in class today. I'm going to pass out my dunce caps. I need you to repeat after me. The main purpose of the seed is reproduction. Now some of you are going to flunk the exam coming later. It's not an exam I'm going to give you. It's an exam that life is going to throw at you. And because you're not listening this morning, you're going to fail. I need you to understand that the primary purpose of the seed is reproduction. God designed the seed to reproduce. The genetic makeup of the seed is to reproduce after its own kind. And if you'll understand that, it will blow your mind. That you can go to the husbandry, they have them all over town, the plant stores, and buy seeds. And if you take them, they used to do it in elementary school, don't know if they do it anymore in science class, but they would take the seeds and place them out on a table. Tomato seeds look different than watermelon seeds. Plum tree seeds look different than banana tree seeds. Not with me this morning. What's fascinating about it is that within the seed is the genetic makeup to reproduce after its own kind. Oh, y'all are not with me here today. Now, clearly, I've shared with you that the purpose of the seed, the primary purpose is that of what? Reproduction. And the genetic makeup is that it produces after its own kind. It produces after its own kind. Look at somebody and tell them apple seeds does not look like grapefruit seeds. Oh, y'all are not with me. Listen. I want to suggest that most of God's creation rests on his use of the seed. Without the seed, there can be no life. If there's no apple seeds, you have no apples. I know this is simplistic. But it's profound if you get it. If you don't use banana seeds, you're not going to get any. The word living, we read to you verse 11. The word living does not come until 8 verses after the mentioning of the word seed. here this morning, I want to encourage you to participate in sowing seeds. Tell somebody and tell them, Pastor wants you to participate in sowing seeds. Say it again, you've got to sow seeds. If you understand God's purpose for the seed, it will bless you both naturally and spiritually. When I speak of seed this morning, I'm not thinking about money. The seed and its ability to reproduce does not bring to my mind at the first instant money. No. In fact, the first thought is not even humanity. No. Look all around you. The herbs, the grass, the flowers, the trees. You drove this morning coming to worship, and you passed the most dramatic examples of God's institution of seeds. How many trees did you pass this morning? How many blades of grass did you pass? How many flowers? How many bushels? How many branches? How much plant life you are sitting on the product of God's understanding of the seed. Am I making sense? This piano that's so beautiful here is the product of the seed. This pulpit, this platform I'm standing on is the product of the seed. What do you mean by that, Pastor? I'm trying to get you to see that this concept of seed precedes life and living. You can't have living until you first have. Maybe I got the wrong message this morning. Listen to what Pastor's scratching at here this morning. Some of my daddy's ways. Some of y'all already waiting for me down the road. Some of y'all never met Brother Harper. But if you look at Thaddeus, you look at Demetrius, you look, my God, at Martise, you would swear. Oh my God. One time it frightened me. I drove up here and I saw Thaddeus standing out on the parking lot. That's their brother. I knew Brother Harper passed away years ago. But he looked so much like his father, it frightened me. Why? It all harkens back to this understanding of seed. Am I making sense this morning? I'll tell you how powerful the seed is. Come on, man. My granddaughter, Ryan, has feet just like her great-grandfather. Her little feet, shaped toes, the way they're fashioned, look just produce grapes. Now, some of us may laugh at that. But it's just as idiotic, it's just as nonsensical as those who sow meanness and think that kindness is coming back. You didn't hear what I just said? Y'all not listening at your pastor this morning. You're not listening at your pastor this morning. I want you to live a lifestyle of sowing seed. But I need you to understand that the purpose of the seed is to reproduce. It reproduces after its own kind. And so if you sow meanness, if you sow hatred, tell somebody compassion is not coming back. Come on, touch a neighbor and tell them sympathy is not coming back. Why, Pastor? Because that's not the seed you sow. Am I making sense this morning? I know it's simplistic, but I need you to follow me this morning. The primary purpose of the seed is to reproduce.